What is up, guys? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to be looking at UFC Fight Night Lemos versus Andrade. We're going to be looking at the co-main event, Clay the Carpenter Guida versus Claudio Nino Puelles. But before we get started, don't forget to like the video if you haven't. Subscribe. We put out videos for almost every fight night and pay-per-view. So, yeah. But let's get right into it. So, we got Clay the Carpenter Guida. He's 37 and 21. He's 40 years old. He stands 5'7" with 70-inch reach. He's coming off a submission win over Leonardo Santos. Claudio Nino Puelles is 11 and 2. He's only 25 years old. He stands 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. And he's coming off back-to-back wins over Grutzmacher and Jordan Levitt. What you think, Jeff?
This one's going to be interesting in the fact that I think Claudio Puelles, I think he's probably going to try to take this fight to the ground. I think he usually does in his previous fights. He almost always initiates it first. I think Clay Guida, he has a wrestling background, I believe. In his previous fights, I don't think he's really incorporated it too much. So I think Clay Guida is kind of fell in love with the striking. So I think that's where he's going to try to keep it. And honestly, I think he has the advantage on the feet. I think surprisingly, he lands a lot of shots that you kind of don't expect, and I think maybe that's what's going to help him in this fight. That he's a very I feel like he's a very unorthodox fighter for his movements. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to cause Claudio some problems. So I think Clay Guida is actually going to win, probably by decision, I would say. What do you think?
I think this is a really interesting matchup. I mean, it's the classic, experience versus, the new kid on the block. Mm-hmm. And, obviously Guida being 40 years old, he spent a majority of that in the UFC. He's 37 and 21. That's pretty crazy. He's had a lot of fights, a lot of experience. Puelles, he's only had 13 fights. Mm-hmm. And he's only 25 years old, and you can tell in his fights, he's super green. Like you said, I mean, Clay Guida will have the striking advantage, which is, not to, speak badly on Clay, but I mean, his striking's never been like elite. His striking has never been elite, and he used to only go for the takedowns. I feel like he feels more comfortable on the feet now, and I agree. He had the striking advantage. I think Claudio's game is just not well rounded enough. Like like you said, we know he's gonna take you to the ground, but it's like with Grutzmacher, it was the easiest. The takedowns, he looked like DC out there with the takedown, right? Mm-hmm. But it was only because Grutzmacher's takedown defense is atrocious, right? Yeah. And when you saw him kind of like against Jordan Levitt and stuff like that, you saw his takedowns. His wrestling is not that great. He wants to get you down on the ground to submit you and stuff, but his wrestling and his striking, I feel like, is not there yet to be able to put it all together. And with Clay's wrestling background that you mentioned, I don't see him taking him down. I think Clay's too strong. I think Clay can get clipped, but I don't know. I think if Leonardo Santos almost put him away, but I feel like Santos is the opposite of Puelles. He's also a veteran of the game. He was very one-dimensional for a lot of his career, and just now his striking has been kind of improving a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think Puelles is there yet. Obviously, being as young as he is, anything can happen. He can get him a quick sub or something like that, but I think odds are with the veteran. I think Clay kind of gets it done. He grinds out the takedown. So honestly, I think if he tries to take him down, I think he's doing himself a disservice. I think he could get submitted if he decides to go with it, but he might be experienced enough and strong enough to be able to neutralize his jiu-jitsu and his grappling. So I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'm gonna go with Guida by decision as well.
Yeah, I think it was against the Mazin fight where I think he threatened the takedown a lot, and then Guida was actually he was too worried about it. Mm-hmm. He was too worried about the takedown, and I felt like it opened him up a little bit. So it's gonna be interesting to see if
that fight was close anyways, though.
Yeah. But if Claudio could somehow like get him worried about the takedown, I don't know why he was like that worried about the takedown in that fight. Like I felt like
I don't know.
He was too how do you say like before even
premature. Well, it's because Madsen's an Olympic wrestler, and all he does is wrestle. Like he doesn't know how. He actually fought like last week, Madsen, or last week. No, 2 weeks ago. But he also he fought on the Volk Zombie card, and you could still see that his striking is still developing. And so I'm pretty sure Clay knew this guy's coming for the takedown, and he did, right?
Yeah,
but
he didn't really get it either, though.
No, yeah, exactly. So I really like Clay Guida's chances of stopping the takedown. Yeah, basically neutralizing Puelles' entire game. I think he could land something big. I think he could probably finish him. You know, Puelles' defense is not the best either. So, yeah, but... Well, all right, guys. We both agree that we think the veteran Clay Guida gets it done once again by decision. We think he's going to be too much experience for the young gun. And, yeah, let us know down below what you think. Do you think Clay Guida still got it? Or do you think El Nino gets it done? Let us know down below what you think. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and check out our other videos. We're doing other fights on this same fight card. And, yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights. Don't forget to tune in. See you then.